18 months old, and the world went cold. The story of abandonment before it was told. Picked up by the sirens, a ward of the state. 3 years in an orphanage, just tempting fate. It was victim or prey, behind those gray walls, learning how to hide in the echoes of the halls. But a door opened up, a light broke the dark. A family reached out with a life-saving spark. They gave me their name, they gave me a bed, but I had a storm raging inside of my head. I grew up with billiards, I grew up with pride, ignoring the love that they offered inside. No matter the counsel, no matter the plea, I turned into the person I said I'd never be. Sent to the group home, I was 18 and lost, chasing a high without counting the cost. Started with the smoke, then I drowned in the glass, an alcoholic ghost watching all the years pass. I threw their help back in their faces like stone. While they tried to save me, I chose to be alone. And I didn't care for the damage I did to the body I owned or the love that they give. I was burning the bridges while they held the light, just a blind man running through the middle of the night. Now I'm counting the scars and the years that I spent in a cell full of silence and a heart of regret. 5 years of the spiral, then the steel door shut. Living in a cage with a hole in my gut. Then the calendar turned to the start of the end. 2020 came knocking, lost my mother, my friend. The worst day of my life, the sky turned to lead. I wanted to follow the path of the dead, but the courage wasn't there to finish the fall. So I sat in that prison and I looked at the wall. 8 years in the wire, a change in the soul, taking back the pieces and taking control. The years turned to lessons behind the cold bars. I traded my habits for counting the stars. Decided to fight for the man I could be, to break all the chains that were holding on me. And I saw it in Dad when he looked at my face. He saw the addiction was losing its place. I laid out the truth, every hurt, every lie, and I watched the old version of myself die. Forgiveness is heavy, but it makes you feel like I'm finally waking up from the long night. I sat with my father, I looked in his eyes, I stripped off the armor and the years of the lies. I said, Dad, I'm so sorry for the hurt and the shame, for the way that I dragged down the pride of our name. And when he forgave me, the gravity ceased. For the first time in decades, I tasted some peace. Mom, I know you're watching from the other side. I'm sorry for the tears, I'm sorry for the ride. I'm not that same kid who was lost in the grain. I'm finally the man you wanted to raise. The weight is lifted, the turn is mine. One day at a time. And I didn't care for the damage I did to the body I own, or the love that they give. I was burning the bridges while they held the light, just a blind man running through the middle of the night. Now I'm counting the scars and the years that I spent in a cell full of silence.